Pounders, welcome back. A little midday draft, would you? A little weekly winners. And maybe if you guys want to see the pug, which just dropped today as well, it's a Superflex 3-entry max $12 tournament at the same time. We're more than happy to jump into that contest as well. We have +3 for weekly winners if you guys want to jump in with us. Some early hellos. No Cap Mac, happy to see us doing some more weekly winners content. We have another video posting for when we're on vacay. That strategy video for weekly winners is extremely interesting. Some of the small nuances we found and some of the edges that we think are a little more hidden. Anthony, what's up? Fantasy Football Garage, a YouTube grinder in his own right. A little late night only plus EV vibes on that stream. Tyler, what's up, my dude? Same thing at the Fantasy Sanctuary. Josh, Grant. Oh, man, Grant's got so many YouTube memberships, so many spoons in the chat. I'm loving it. Thad with the Get You Guys. So on brand for Thad. We have one person we're waiting on to jump into this weekly winners if you want to join us. Smooth Criminal says, smash that like button. Yes, please. Go ahead, slap the like if you enjoy the content. Hit the subscribe button. We're going to be doing a 24-hour live stream at 2,000 subs. Ooh, we get the 3 spot, and we have a Pounders heavy room with the top 4. T-Baller, double TDs, Coop, Go Vikes in the 9 spot. Frank at 10. And shout out to Frank. He's going to be joining us tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern for a Dalmatian draft. Adam says 15 likes already. You guys are literally too kind. Too kind. Want to what? Midday? A little midday giveaway? Membership gifting? I'm going to start it. We got to beat Frank. Thank you guys for showing up early. Good luck. Adam, you have a good chance of getting this membership, bro. I'm trying. Who's it go to? It didn't even say. I'm not seeing it. Billy says he's at the 11. Do I have to refresh the stream? Nice. We get Tyreek Hill. I think Tyreek Hill should probably be at 2. Bro, it literally doesn't say who got the membership. What is that? It says gifted 1, and that was it. It went to no one. R.I.P. Adam, I tried, bro. I tried. I tried to get you in here when no one was in here. YouTube just took our money. This is what it is, you know? Our money's not good here. Jamar Chase off at 4. Bijan off at 5. We have the weekly winners exposures up right now. Been drafting quite a bit on the front. I would like AJ Brown in this contest too over Puka. Probably I'd have Garrett Wilson over Puka as well. Now Tyler gifts one. And dude, it's not going to anyone. What is happening? I'm gonna have to get the YouTube machine involved. I'll get YouTube on the scene here. Let's see. Interest. Ben says I have 0 Tyreek Hill and BBM through 60 drafts, and I have him ranked at the 103. It's been ridiculously strange. Yeah, my CeeDee Lamb is very similar, where we just got our first share. I'm not sure if that's on stream or off stream. Tyler says YouTube security changes, maybe. I don't know. Bindle says Tyler Claus. Crazy. Bro, why is that something I have to turn on? Do I have to turn on allow gifts to get one? Because that is dumb if I do. Ben says, I think so. Dude, Steph has won like 3 times. She's won 3 free memberships. But yeah, we needed to get a little warm-up draft in. We need to get a little warm-up draft in before our Dalmatian draft tonight with Frank. Couldn't go into that cold, you know? That's how you pull a muscle. That's how you pull a muscle. So Tyreek Hill here with bye week 6. Not going to be the heaviest of bye weeks, that's for sure. We can do a little LA Rams with either Kyron or Cup. Gibbs at 14, Achan at 15, someone that we have ranked at 13 for this contest. Barkley goes at 12. Does that get you different? It could get you different. You pair it on the right week. Who knows? Adam says I had that turned off for some reason. Not sure that's why that's the default setting. I don't even know where to find that setting. So you, sir, at least figured it out. Adam would have won like 3 memberships by now. It's fine. It's fine. He'd be all teared up. He'd have the sweet emoji. Smooth Criminal asked, thoughts on stacking players with same bye weeks in this contest? I try to do that the best I can. That is one of the more simple strategies. Now, I don't want to reach too far and break out of like a tier. Let's go Kyron here. Let's bring in Kyron here. Kelsey could be interesting, but God, I would rather just bet on TJ Hawk is the only other. Oh my God. Is this going to be a Colby Parkinson team with Kyron? You try to look ahead for those bye weeks, but when you go an early player that has like bye week 6, it's not always the easiest to build around. I do want to bring in Josh Allen here, however. I do want to bring in Josh Allen. We know they're going to have 2 games against Miami's. So maybe we end up bringing some of that correlation with the Eastern Conference, knowing you're going to get 2 matchups against those teams. Oh, interesting. There was a prompt to allow gifts for everyone in the chat, I believe. YouTube probably changed its settings to try to stop bots from getting gifted. Luckily, we have no bots. We have no bots in this stream. Already in the house. Likes the Kyron pick. I think here it makes sense. He leverages both Cup and Puka, both early picks, matching bye week with Tyreek. Yeah, Tyler says, don't think elite tight ends where it's at early in weekly winners. I agree. Like the Kelsey pick is difficult for me, especially we saw with our own eyes the dip in production last year. Now with Rice may be missing 6 to 8. If he does, like Kelsey will have a pretty big advantage with early in the season, but he had that last year. And we saw that he finished his tight end 1 once last season. So maybe after we find out about Rice, I'll mix in a little more Kelsey. But if Rice only gets like 4 games, even 6 games, if he then appeals down, gets 5, like I'm probably just gonna ignore Kelsey at this ADP. Like, give me a player like freaking Kittle at 70, 66. Like that's criminal. That's absolutely criminal, especially in weekly winners. Especially in weekly winners. Yo, you said it. You said it. You put it down on paper. I'm going to just clip that part out of the video. So like, we're good. We're good. But this is going to be on screen. Lamar goes at 36. He's someone that goes a little earlier in weekly winners. Same thing with Jalen Hurts, and all these elite QBs just because of their elite ceiling. Who said they were at the 11? Was it Billy? Billy's at the 11. BNBA. Puka, Gibbs, Diggs. Let's see who brings in here. I think Michael Pittman's probably not my favorite for weekly winners. Like, holy shit, Devonta Smith goes at 38. What's his ADP? 38. That seems off to me. Seems very off. Pittman, I would think, would go behind Tank Dell. Like, every time, in my opinion. He would go behind Amari Cooper, in my opinion. He'd go behind Pickens. And then if you want to tell me, like, Pittman or Hollywood Brown, I think it gets a little closer. Oh, Billy says got autoed. Okay. I don't mind. I don't mind this start at all. The Puka pick is fine too. I think this is correct with AJ Brown and Garrett Wilson going ahead of Puka. Autobot in the Discord. Artie says have a ton of Brees this year. Yeah. The first round running backs feel a lot better this year. A lot better this year. I'm not shy about taking them. Pacheco off the board at 42. We also like RBs that leverage elite pieces in offenses such as, Mahomes, Kelsey. So I do love Pacheco in this contest. Coming back up, I sort of want to get Kincaid, but we'll see what happens. The Pickens click we probably would have made over Kincaid. Fuck us. We have to go Amari Cooper here. We just have to go Amari Cooper here. We'll try to push Kincaid. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Why does everyone hate him? It's weekly winners, especially in weekly winners. I think the ceiling is just not as high as some of the players that go after him with Tank Dell, with Devonta Smith. It's an offense that wants to run the ball with the QB, with JT. So we see Jacobs off at 47. We'll see if Kincaid comes back. If he doesn't, he double TDs goes Kincaid, punishes us on the live stream. Let's go T Higgs here. Likely already giving up week 12 with Josh Allen this early. Could have gone Hollywood Brown too at 6. I just don't love it. I don't love it. Oh shit. Frank says, Adam, come back tonight. Going to be giving away 5 memberships, and Pat will make sure you get one. Yeah, I'm going to try to pull the numbers here, Adam. We're going to try to pull the numbers. Stroud goes with Nico. Real nice. Mark Andrews to the Mahomes team. I'm okay with that too. Double TDs punishes us. Now, he probably saves us, to be honest. Like, if we go tight end here with an early receiver, it's going to be pretty tough for us to recover this team from a ceiling standpoint unless Kittle falls back to us. If Kittle falls back to us, we'll be partying. We'll be partying. And I don't think Coop should take Kittle because he already has Debo. So that's really a bet against Debo. So we could see Kittle, if he doesn't go at 66, basically at ADP, we could see a Kittle slide. Peng in the house. Obviously, we have some wildly inappropriate comment to follow. It's just, that's the MO. We have Pitts ahead too. One of these two would be ideal for us. And then followed by, we could go receiver or running back, in my opinion. In weekly winners, the trends that we found when we were doing the data pull was basically leaning into those early receivers, like 2 of your top 3 guys, basically hitting the lineup and then +1, and then RBs hitting the flex a lot, 60%. Josh says, "I really wanted Mixon." Those elite tight ends go off. We spoke them up too much. Too much. Christian Watson off the board at 63. Definitely fits the bill for weekly winners. However, he's one of those guys, like, if we're selecting him at 63 here, should we be selecting him a little earlier for for BBM? I think that's one of the arguments. It's okay, Bowers will outscore Pitts and Kittle. I don't know if he'll have a higher ceiling game than those 2. Come on, don't be scared. Don't be scared to give us our guy now. Don't be scared. Don't be scared now, child. Let's go. We bring in a little Keon Coleman. Okay, we're having fun. We're having fun. We weren't having fun for a sec. Now we're having fun again. Yeah, I have to. You just have to. Alvin Kamara skips the final mini camp practice and it's contract related. Kendre, stand up. Kendre, stand up. I wish. So we can bring in Stevenson playing Buffalo twice, get that correlation. I also don't mind Jake Ferg. Let's go Stevenson here. Let's go Stevenson. That Eastern Conference correlation, we can bring in Conklin late too, by week 12. Already given it up. Conklin makes sense. Eastern Conference as well. Says Kamara here for me. Yeah. Man, it's tough. That one's tough. Kamara or Stevenson. I'm just gonna fade Kamara, to be honest. I would select Kamara probably right after Stevenson goes off the board. I get it. Like, how many times are you gonna get him to fall to 76? But in weekly winners, I think Stevenson has the potential for a higher upside season, just in general. With Taysom Hill, like, kind of spelling Alvin Kamara in the red zone. I don't know. It has not skyrocketed yet. I think that would be overreaction, and you likely will see overreaction from the crowd. I wonder what my Kendre Expo is. We're at 14%. Obviously, would like that to be higher, but this is like 30 drafts for weekly winners. That's like the exposures you're seeing right now. It's only 30 drafts. But we're definitely getting hashtag my guys besides Kyron, but it's fine. Oh my God. No cap maxes. I have a ton of Kendre. Would love for Kamara to get traded to Denver or something and clear the way for him. Maybe Denver. Denver's probably not the highest likelihood place. What about like Las Vegas? Have you tried singling out a single week when good teams that have buys? Yeah. So one of those strategies is CMC. When you get CMC, I heavily want to build around this week 12 because the next 2 running backs are both on bye. So I think if you're building out a week 12 team with the CMC start, that's a super sharp edge. It could just be a week that you hashtag need Kamara or McCaffrey. Just an interesting nugget there. If you think that nugget's sharp, go down, slap the like on the live stream, hit the subscribe button. Rice goes off at 89. I like this team. I mean, he's got the double in KC, which we know doubles really showed negative correlation with hitting, but especially double wide receiver. But I like the fact that he's bringing in rookies, slower start to the season. Obviously, it's Marvin Harrison. Like, who cares? He's going to start pretty quick. But with Rice, maybe you bring in like Jonathan Brooks with this team and you focus like week 6 on. I think teams like that are pretty sweet. Fuck. We have Amari Cooper. I don't really love the double there. Zamir White here is interesting. Let's go Zamir White. At 4%. We'll mix him in here. 7 picks after. Yo, Mantis finds the stream and he's drafting at the 8 spot. We'll have to take a peek at his team. Oh, Jesus, Peng. Kyron will be your guy if he wins you 20K. Yeah, after fading him early in the BBM contest correctly. We got to add correctly. Yeah, then he wins us money. That's ideal. That's ideal. I've seen crazier things happen, boys. I've seen crazier things happen. We'll pull it up for those that don't know or don't remember. Cool. Here, it's got to be Mike Williams, I would think. We don't have a Jet, right? Yeah, it's got to be Mike Williams. Again, more Eastern Conference correlation. Just easy way to get game stacks without really even trying. Plus, you don't care if he misses the first couple weeks or starts slow. Should still have that touchdown upside when he returns, which is what you want for best ball. Yeah. If Russell Wilson can win you money, then anyone can win you money. If the Russell Wilson Judy stack with the Keenan Allen bring back can win you money, like anything can. So hashtag believe. Hashtag believe. All right, we're up in 16 picks, 118 and 123. Oop, spam click. 118 and 123. It's where Shakir falls. The price isn't ridiculous to bring in Shakir. Cooks is interesting in this spot. Maybe another running back as well. We'll see. We'll see who's there. Casey says, "What's up, bro? Last night we were in this like same draft, 4:30 a.m. Weekly winners. You start with Bijan, Achane, ETN, I think on auto, and then you came in and filled in the receivers. Achane was definitely an auto. Was ETN? I'll have to take a peek at that team. I don't remember if ETN was an auto or not. We'll pull it up. I think I went Rice on that team though. Let me pull that one up. That just screams fun in my opinion. That screams fun. Weekly winners. Oh yeah. Oh, this one was fun. We got Ayuk to fall to us as our wide receiver 1 too. Bijan Achane. We get Ayuk at 31 and then bring in ETN, Chase Brown, Ray Davis. Look at the bye week 12s in this. This one was sexy. This one was sexy. Jane Daniels and Carr. This was like leaning into who knows about Juwan Johnson. There's still a chance that he returns for the start of the year, but surgery on his foot, obviously not great. We have the Shaheed. We have the Jahan Dotson, Ben Sinnott stack. Yeah, that was a good one. We hit. That one should have been on the live stream. But you guys know. I got to keep all my sharp drafts for off the live stream. I was right behind you. See money. Love that. No Njoku. Yeah, Adam, I said because we have Amari Cooper, we're leaning into that early ADP on Amari Cooper. But I would if we didn't have Cooper, I'd go Njoku there. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Doubling them is thin. Very extremely, especially on Deshaun Watson. With Deshaun Watson. Oh man, Goddard there would have been sick. Goddard there would have been sick. I think this is fine. Think this is fine. We'll go Cooks. We'll get a piece of this Dallas offense. This is probably going to have to be a 3 light tight end team, which is fine. Here I'm looking at 2 players. Oh, disregard. We're looking at 1. Okay. We're going to bring in Chase Brown, I think. Do we have Higgins? I don't know if that's the biggest deal. Let's do it anyways. Another bye week 12. We'll bring in Chase Brown. A little mini between Higgins and Chase. Hashtag not a Burrow week. Rate my team, please, bro. All right, in the 11 spot from yesterday. Is it? You said your name was C Money. I don't see it. I was right behind you. Oh my God, I'm blind. I thought you said you were at 11. All right, Josh Allen and JJ McCarthy. I like waiting on the second QB in weekly winners after you invest a lot in Josh Allen. Kamara, Jones, Harris, Zeke, Chubb, and Gibson. JJ, Stack, Debo, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Joshua Palmer, Thielen, Burton, Claypool, which is a fun click right now, I guess. It's I feel like I need more than one good report to draft some Claypool, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't bring him in the last puppy super flex just for the low own percent. Kincaid, Fant. Yes, this is a fun team. Obviously, you're giving up by week 12, most likely with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is good. A lot of bye week 6s as well. So you're probably giving up 6, 1, 2. I guess it's not that bad, only 2. Yeah, it's a nice team. Nicely correlated. And not like overstacking too. Like if you have Jefferson, I'm not bringing in Addison in weekly winners. I'm not doing it. It's too thin, especially in what we think that offense is going to be and how they're going to run, how many pass plays, how many pass attempts they're going to have. That double wide receiver is too thin. You're basically either giving up your first pick, like when it's an Addison week, and then every other team has a first round pick with that Addison spike week, or you're giving up, your round 6 when it's a Jefferson week, and then someone else has, someone else in this range. Doesn't mean that necessarily they'll be in the lineup that week, but still, in my opinion, it's like taking a 0. Yeah. I like these starts, to be honest, because this could very easily be, running back hits the flex, elite QB, 3 of these, and then we're gonna add more, obviously. Let's see who we want at tight end. Henry's interesting. I still don't mind Conklin. I don't overly mind Henry either. Let's see, maybe this is a Musgrave team. Musgrave and Komet. Anytime, dude. Anytime. T-Law off the board at 138. Wow. 4 QBs. Damn. He must be on auto, right? Nope. Oh my God. He went JJ McCarthy at 90. This man knows things that your small brains cannot compute. Like mine's toast. My brain just fried. This guy knows things. That's that's crazy. The reason I want Komet here is just to leverage DJ Moore, just to leverage Keenan Allen, Odunze on those Komet spike weeks. If he has a game with two touchdowns, which we saw it multiple times under Justin Fields. We'll see if the rookie likes him just as much. All right. Now for the end of the draft, we have to bring in a little cheat code here. A little smart water for the end of the draft. Nothing crazy. I don't even know if that's legal. I don't know if that's street legal. Musgrave with the bye week 10. I'm also looking at Ty Chandler by week 6. Eeny, meeny, miny. Pick 166 and 171. I think it's got to be tight end here. Even if we're not really in on Musgrave, he still leverages some of those Green Bay pieces. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on price. I think the price is it's high. But is it worse for one of those three receivers? I think it's worse for the receivers than it actually is Komet. Because Komet, he got discounted. Keenan Allen, he fell. Odunze fell. They could probably still fall more, though. Last round, Knox is fire. Super fire. I like Fant. Knox is fine. Colby Parkinson's interesting, but we have Kyron, so probably not Colby. Greg Dulcich, anybody? All aboard the Dulcich steam train. I would like Jonnu Smith in a contest like this. Yeah, RIP to 21% Juwan. But Juwan's still going to be an 18th round pick. So what's he fall? He falls 2 rounds? It's not the biggest deal, to be honest. Terry likes Greg G over those other guys. Fuck those other guys. Yeah, this is interesting here. Maybe we grab Fant, but let's see who comes back around to us. So far for the listeners, we have Josh Allen, Kyron Williams, Ramondre Stevenson, Zamir White, Chase Brown. At receiver, Tyreek Hill, Amari Cooper, T. Higgs, Keon Coleman, Mike Williams, Brandon Cooks. Spike week team. Hashtag spike week team. Just ignore the tight ends. We're getting there. Komet and Musgrave. I will say it does feel good to grab one of these middle round tight ends that have access to a higher weekly ceiling. Even stopping at Goddard, like one before Goddard, in my opinion, I want probably 90% of my teams. And Goddard falls 1 pick short. Coop doubles up on tight ends. I just noticed this. Oh, I hate it so much. Yeah, this is a good shout. Likely that Komet faces some junk coverage. Opposing teams are going to have a lot to cover. You know, 3 running backs out on the field at once. Alright, we have to throw that out there. What are they gonna do with these running backs, man? Chicago, what are we doing with the running backs? Swift is the one that I have drafted the least of. Yeah, I just see Kamara as a floor play because he lacks those explosive plays. We didn't see him make explosive plays last year. This is the contest for explosive plays. We want explosive plays. Marvin Mims. Marvin Mims makes sense here. Yeah. Teams behind us need a receiver. We'll bring in Mims here. Yeah, exactly. You can get Kamara on like in other contests that are like full point PPR. I'd be fully like, and that's the best part. There are some contests like the Eliminator where you're looking for, good floor plays. Kamara, I will draft. I'll have 8% plus. I'll be overfield on Kamara in a contest like that. Ooh, we get our shot at Chuba here, which I think is more than interesting. Maybe starts the year with a larger role. Maybe we get an early spike week. This is also a team that likely targets the beginning season because of how many vets we have. It's like not a large, like a learning curve for this team. A lot of vets. Keon Coleman, who should enter the team in 2 wide receiver sets. Not a lot of competition there. And he's basically a first rounder, right? Like they traded out of the first because they knew no one was going to take him. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but but then they select him early in the second with that trade from KC. And I don't know what else they did to make that deal work, but shoot for the ceiling. And you never know. Chuba Hubbard could find his way into a role where if Brooks ever re-injured himself, like I have a hard time being under 8% on Chuba. I have a hard time being under 8% on Jerome Ford. Ray Davis, I think it's awesome in this contest, but we have Josh Allen. You want those touchdowns. You want those touchdowns to go Josh's way. Now you could bet on the offense and all that, but for weekly winners, single game slates, just go Chuba there. Not going Chuba there in BBM though. Yeah, it was ridiculous. I don't think we're going to see that like check down 14 times a game to Kamara. You're really relying on those checkdowns. And if a lot of those get taken away with the new style offense, like could be in trouble. Could be in trouble. Would be in trouble in my opinion. Now does Taysom Hill get a bump at all? Does he finally do we put him back at tight end now on FFPC? Like now with Juwan Johnson potentially not starting the season, is Taysom Hill now a tight end? Too much controversy. I'm sorry. We're about that. All right, we got 3 picks left. We are gonna rip another draft because I strongly believe each one of you smashed the like button. Thoughts on Neighbors at 31? I wouldn't mind building around Neighbors. I wouldn't mind building around Neighbors at all. And like what you would do in that sort of room, or at least personally, what I would do is he goes at 40 here. And he goes a little later in weekly winners because of that. We don't know what his ceiling is going to be with the current QB, all that. But I don't mind Neighbors in this. I don't mind him before Michael Pittman. But like building around rookies, I think is an interesting strategy in weekly winners. Maybe bring on a bunch of rookies. You bring on like players like Nick Chubb, Rashee Rice, Brooks, and you just pair them all and you try to create a team that you wouldn't otherwise be able to build if this contest started week 8, right? All these players would go higher, presumably, if they return to health. Pang says, hit the like. Pat crushes. I got a crush on Davis. That's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing. Appreciate you, dude. And I almost just refreshed the StreamYard page, which would have probably booted me out. Probably didn't see the Juwan news, and there's a tag under his name, so yeah. And this is the life of being a streamer here. You say that you're gonna go Noah Font, and they go early, they get sniped, which is fine. We're living. You about ready for a portfolio review stream? I want to get 50 BBMs before I do a review. I think it'd be a disservice to do with less than 50 BBMs. Now we do have 400 drafts this off season. We did the big board review with Ben and Steph and Nick and Drew, and that was a really fun time. And I think everyone's exposures looking back were fucking stupid sharp. Stupid sharp. Zach says this is a great draft. Glad you're enjoying. Dude. If you guys want to believe, I can pull up. Let me pull up the weekly winners team from last year. Oh god, I can find it quick. With Chiggy. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's gonna hurt your eyes, but you have to see it. It's like one of those, like your friend's trying to show you a meme. It's disgusting. You're like, I don't want to see it, but he's not gonna stop until you look at it. That's what's happening right now. That's what's happening. Oh, found it so fast. Oh god, it's worse than I remember. What do we like here, boys? What do we like here? It's probably got to be one of these RBs. It's probably got to be one of these. Let's go Rashawn here. I think he has the best chance to work into the red zone role. Oh my god, look at this team and how this won first place. 20K winner week 16 with dead Daniel Jones. Not actually. 3 dead wide receiver spots, Van Jefferson. So this dude had literally like 4 active receivers in DJ Shark. Would he have 1 good game last year? Like 2 max? Love, Brees Hall, and Connor Bijan, I think, hits the lineup as well with 15.7. So another example of RB hitting the lineup. Early investment at running back as well on this team. Solo Chiggy. Chiggy had 1 good week. Solo Chiggy team. Was this team auto drafted? That's what. No, it couldn't have been. RIP Tim Patrick. Glad to see him on a winning roster. Solo Chiggy. The Twitter community is top notch at Bestball. Grant says, sorry, Pat, 31% fan, not on purpose. Hey, lean into your guys, man. It's okay. What's Fans ADPs? 194. I wonder if, do you try to push him though? Do you try to push him to 201? How many Dalmatian bullets do we have? Ooh, we secretly recorded one, which is going to be dropping when we're on the vacations. And then we are drafting technically our 3rd tonight. We drafted one with Nick. Was that yesterday? No. I'm trying to remember. We drafted the 2nd one with Nick off stream. That's what it was. That's what it was. Nope, don't push. He was taken. Yeah. That's fair. Ben, how many BBMs are you in? Are you near 100 right now? Is that what I was is that what I'm remembering? What if you just have to believe? What if you just gotta believe a little bit? What if you just have to believe? I like the Baker click at 208. Daniel Jones in the 17th. Feels extremely worth it. Feels extremely worth it. Not that I don't love the 3 QB builds because you're guaranteeing 2 zeros every single week. I would rather go 1 QB than 3 QBs, depending who your first is. Depending who your first is. Two picks left. The Braylon team. Who is this? Is this just a Claypool team? We go solo QB. If I had one more New England piece, if we had Hunter Henry, if we had Javon Baker, Pop Douglas, anyone, I'm going Drake May here. We don't, and fuck, it would have been so nice because we would have had all those Eastern Conference stacks to go with Drake May and New England. We have like a mini with the running back, but I think that's kind of gross with the rookie QB. Damn, that would have been sick because we would have had Miami bringbacks, Buffalo bringbacks, and Jets. That would have worked out really sick. So where do we fuck up? I guess we could have leaned in at RB. We could have gone Javon Baker here with the thought to bring right here the Rashawn click. That would have worked. All right, T-ball in the one spot. Daniel Jones, and don't go anywhere. We're going to be doing another draft. Daniel Jones, Justin Herbert, CMC, Mixon, Aaron Jones, Warren, and Antonio Gibson. I like the RB room. Waddle, Terry stacked, DeAndre Hopkins, Shakir, Palmer stacked, Roman Wilson, Robinson, Kadarius Toney, Powell. Oh damn, we just scrolled the F down. And of course, if you can get 2 of these unlikely guys to spike in 1 week, that's the pot of gold. But that also, you probably should just go play the lottery instead of weekly winners at that point. Wild. I don't mind the Noah Brown scroll. Likely takes an injury though for him to hit a really big game. He can probably still have a 15, 16 point game, like a Shaheed type game, but it's a lot less likely bringing in Diggs. Brendan Powell has kind of a fun click. Some scrolls on that team. Some scrolls. Stones. Absolute stones. Double TDs in the live stream in the 2 spot with Dak and Baker Mayfield. Josh Jacobs, Montgomery, Gus Edwards, Spears, Zeke, and Pierce. I'm good with the RBs here. A lot of bye week 5s. Wonder if he's going to try to continue that trend, but there's not a shit ton of teams on bye week 5. Lamb, Adams, Mike Evans get the stack with Lamb and Evans. JSN, Quinn Johnson, Leggett, Luke McCaffrey, Devontae Walker, Kincaid, and he's got a little double here with Tampa Bay and Kate Otten. I like the single stacks, and I don't mind. So, like the tight ends, receiver plus tight end wasn't like negatively correlated. I wonder if we went back into that data and look at the price of that stack of the receiver and tight end, and if it was was there an early investment at either receiver or tight end? Yes or no? Was it in the middle range? Was it later stacks? I think that would be an interesting way to divvy up that one data point that we pulled. We end up going solo Josh Allen here. Just wasn't intrigued by anyone at the end. If Daniel Jones was there, we probably would have went naked Danny Jones. Kyron, Stevenson, White, Chase Brown, Chuba, and Rashawn Johnson. We have all different bye weeks here, which is, I think, it's good and bad, right? Like you either want to try to stack all your bye weeks or you want to have as many available players left for as many weeks as possible. So right here, one bye week, we have a shit ton of teams. We're giving up this week. And then this is what? Bye week 7 and 12. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's definitely a team, like I said, that's going to focus like the early portion of the season when there are no bye weeks. We don't have a lot of rookies. You have Chuba Hubbard covering for Jonathan Brooks early in the season. Definitely targets the early portion. Tyreek Hill, Amari Cooper, T. Higgs, Keon Coleman, Mike Williams, Brandon Cooks, Marvin Mims Jr., Chase Claypool, Komet, Musgrave, and Okonkwo. 3 guys. Basically just 3 dudes. Coop in the 4 spot, A-Rich and Justin Fields. Mostert, Kamara, Brooks, Dowdle, and Herbert. With Chase, Samuel, Cup, Hollywood Brown, AD, Wandell Robinson, Michael Wilson, and Calvin Austin. I don't mind the Calvin Austin click. I actually like that. I like that with that little stack at the very end with Justin Fields. Calvin Austin, just an absolute burner. Bowers, Goddard, and TJ Hawk. Yeah, really, like, I have no problems with this team. Sort of modified 0 RB. He gets Kamara at 76, which is also nice. Really nice. Obviously, this is like, this is screaming, just ceiling. Raise the roof on the ceiling here. Go Vikes. Also did a 1 QB build, 1683 around Jalen Hurts. Taylor, Moss, Brian Robinson Jr., J.K. Dobbins, McLaughlin, and Foreman. I like the RB room. A.J. Brown, Malik Neighbors, Keenan Allen, Brian Thomas, Rashid Shaheed, Jacoby Myers. Thielman's probably not my favorite. Like, I'll probably have 0 Thielen. I will have... Well, I do have 0 Thielen. Myers is at 4%. Not my favorite in this contest. I'll take my shares in BBM. But at 136... Hold up. At 136, depending who's there, it might be Thielen. It might be Myers' time. Baker's a fun click at the end. Pitts, Schultz, and Fant. I'm leaning into 2 tight ends here. I would rather a second QB. Like, I would rather Drake May with Baker than bring in a third tight end. It's going to give you more options. It's going to actually give you more options, not less. But could afford, and that's only because you had the correlation. That's the only reason I say that. But maybe you did this and then you saw this happen and then it's too late. And that would make sense. But nice draft. King of Kings. Man, we had a ton of pounders in this one. Goff, Rodgers, and Levis. Achane, Connor, Pollard, Charbonnet, and Tank Bigsby. With Garrett Wilson, Pittman, Tank Dell, Calvin Ridley, Christian Watson, J-Mo. I like the wide receiver prototypes besides Pittman. Freiermuth, Henry, and Jonnu. I like the tight ends. I do think this team's probably stronger in BBM than it is weekly winners. But I like the recovery at receiver here between some of these guys. And again, I think I'm leaning into 2 tight ends with Freiermuth and Henry. But it depends on what you're comfortable with too. Like, could we have leaned into 2 tight ends with Komet and Musgrave? I think so, but I knew I was going 1 QB. So with that, I was still able to get enough firepower, in my opinion, at both of these positions. Where you're going 3 QBs and 3 tight ends, let me actually pull up that data set. I'm curious how many builds had 3 QBs and 3 tight ends that cashed. Hold up. Grab the wall. Let's pull this up. I don't know how many times I've downloaded this document. Okay. How many had a 3? Here's one with a 3-4-8-3. Obviously, hyperfragiles weren't as common. 3-5-7-3, so actually good amount. Very viable. This is showing it's very viable. It was a little higher than 2-6-7-3, higher than 2-5-9-2. And I wonder how much of that has to do with, like, teams clicking Laporta late. 3-5-8-2 is just behind it. And lineups ahead of it, 2-6-8-2. It's also the more common. I wanna say this was more common as well. Definitely just got bit by a spider. 100%. You just saw it live. We're good. Gonna be Spider-Man in a few minutes, so that's cool. Yeah, very, very viable. Now I'm curious, what do you guys see for the next draft? Do you guys want to see a Superflex, Pug but Superflex? Because I kind of want to mix it up here. Kind of want to mix it up for the second video. And do we have one more? I think we might have had one more lineup to review. We don't want to leave anyone short here. The 25K, gross. Completed. Let's go to weekly winners. Why do I feel like I missed someone? Ah, we did. Haha. Purdy, Gino, and Daniel Jones, Gibbs, Walker, Najee, Kendre, Braylon Allen. Puka, Diggs, Smith, McConkey, Lockett, Downs, Ricky. I like the wide receiver room. Also could be targeting like mid-end of season with some of these, with a lot of rookies, 3 rookie receivers. Brings in Braylon Allen, brings in Kendre, Kittle, and Theo Johnson. I like leaning into these two. He brings in a nice double with San Fran. Obviously, Purdy, not a rushing QB. We saw the numbers better for that with pocket passing QBs as well. Pocket passing QB with a wide receiver and a tight end, 10.48%. Right behind QB wide receiver stack and right behind pocket passing QB with no stack. And then rushing QB, it dips. QB wide receiver tight end instead of 10% goes to 6.5. QB wide receivers 30% still, however, a little bit about 10% behind this, which was 30, almost 34. And then no stack with the rushing QBs, 34.7%. And that data was pulled from the top 10 teams, weekly winners last year. Every single week, top 10. So 17 weeks, 170 total teams. We're jumping in. We're doing a Pug but Superflex. +5. Get in while the waters are warm. Okay, we're going to do both. People want weekly winners. We're going to give them both. We're doing 2 at the same time. +5. +5. Am I Spider-Man yet? Nope. Ooh, Dr. Manis was in that draft too. We'll have to pull that up. I didn't even see you sneaking in there. I didn't even see it. Oh, shit. You were right here. Mahomes and Kyler with Brees Hall, Trey Benson, Corum, Algier, CEH, and Keaton Mitchell. I like Keaton Mitchell in weekly winners too. Should be mixing in more Keaton Mitchell in weekly winners for sure. Marvin Harrison, DK, Worthy, Rice, Judy, Corley, Douglas, Troy Franklin, Mark Andrews, and Njoku. Strong at tight end. This is a team that I think like 2 tight ends could spike into the lineup. A lot of rookies with Rice. We were talking about a lineup like this. I think that's very smart. Like by the time Rice comes back, like a lot of these receivers could be established in their offense. You also have 2 rookie running backs. I think the build on this one's really, really nice. Really nice. All right, +3 for the Pug. +3 for weekly winners. Where's the Pug? I think the Pug filled. Too many slows. Of course. We get pick 8. +2 for weekly winners. We're going to do two drafts same time. 2 different contests. Blow your mind. Up in 3 picks. So we get pick 8 and 17. Who do we want to come back to us? Well, I know exactly who, but they're not coming back because Ben and T-Ball are behind us. Unfortunate. See money in the house at the 4 spot. Stroud goes off. That's fine. He goes Stroud before A-Rich. Okay. Very good. Terry says, I'm sad. I'm starting to work my shift. Just slap the keyboard a little bit when the boss comes by. Make it look good. It accounted for bench players. So like, oh, no. I know what you're saying. No, it was only the people that hit the line. So they could have had double stacks, yes. Oh man. Yeah, we wanted the A-Rich Daniels start. But both by week 14, we would probably have to bring in another guy. Let's go Bijan here. Hashtag live a little bit. We get pick 6 in weekly winners. Crash Rich. absolute grinder in these streets. Coop is in this one. Frank is in this one. Go Vikes as well. And Crash Rich at 1. What a spoon. What a spoon. If you guys are joining the live stream, go down, slap the like, hit the bell for notifications, and hit subscribe. We're going to be doing a 24-hour live stream and 2K subs. If you guys are interested in the overlay as well, bestballoverlay.com, promo code POUNDERS, all caps. It's going to give you 33% off. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Clean up the tabs a little bit. We're going to need that. We're going to need that. Stay focused, hyper focused. If you guys are watching on the Twitter machine, yeah, hop on over, slap the like on the link, hit the sub, log into the YouTubes. Only takes a minute. Josh says we got Crash Rich in the house. Yeah. Yep. He didn't show up. He didn't show up to the dog bowl. Everyone was very disappointed. Very disappointed. He goes Jefferson. Okay. We'll take what is this? This is weekly winners. Let's go Bijan here over Munra. He's a robot. Of course he didn't. iRobot. All right, Caleb goes off. Brock Purdy goes off. Trevor Lawrence goes off. And this pug, this is a 3-entry max. 2 out of 12 advanced, 1 out of 5, 1 out of 5, 62-seat final. It's a very, I love the layout of this. Finals, you're making about 150 minimum. The payouts really top 15,000 starts moving up. Small increments up to 6th place from 15th for an extra 2K is nice. And then this, I love these payouts here. Goes from 20 to 10 to 7 to about 6. I even think this could be like 55. Move this up to like 74. But I like the payouts largely. Amon-Ra, Brees, Gibbs, AJ Brown in this weekly winners pod. Oh yeah, dropping the big brains. Garrett Wilson, Drake London, fucking love that start. Even more in weekly winners. Sharing a bye week 12. Love that start. Yeah, this is getting ugly fast, boys. This is getting ugly fast. We would have gone Puka there. Now I actually think it's close. Let's bring in the Atlanta correlation. We can lean into these guys as well. This is start 2 receivers, start 2 running backs, 1 flex, a super flex, QB obviously, and a tight end. So the big thing is you're only starting 2 receivers. Oh. Oh. Alright, let's weekly winners. This is weekly winners. Alright, we gotta reset the mind here. We're going Debo. We're going Debo with Bijan. And that's the thing, like, would you rather the combination of Bijan and Debo or Amon-Ra and Derrick Henry? Curious. 1 or 2? 1 being Bijan and Debo or 2 Amon-Ra and Derrick Henry for weekly winners? Because I think Bijan and Debo combined would have the higher ceiling, but and then Debo also leverages CMC, which is fun because we know he can steal those rushing TDs. Yeah, Josh says Debo too low in weekly winners. Josh says I like Brees and Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah, that's fun as well. That's fun as well. 9,300 entrants for this contest too, so it's a smaller field on the 3 entry max. Who did it? Was it Ben? Was it Ben? No, it was Moe. I wanted Deshaun Watson on the way back around. We tried pushing it. Try to push QB even more. That's what I'm just gonna try to lean into anyways. Here, let's go one of these two. 6, 9. Let's go DJ Moore. We'll bring in DJ Moore here. I just don't love the early tight ends. I'd rather lean into some of these middle round or late elite guys like Andrews, even Andrews plus. Damn, Davis dropping nuggets. Debo is a yards after catch monster, but funny enough, wasn't the yards after catch leader for the first time in 3 years. It's Lamb, Amon-Ra. I knew Rice was up there. Lamb ate last year. Lamb absolutely ate. Yeah, as you can see, we like Debo. We like Debo in weekly winners. We like Debo in weekly winners. Oh my. He just goes too late. I'm comfortable bringing him down to in front of Marvin Harrison. Achane goes too late. Who has the higher ceiling between Puka and Debo? And I guess it's sort of unfair to judge Puka too. I mean, he had a legendary rookie season. The thing is he going to improve this offseason and move forward, take another step? Or did we just see his ceiling season? Yeah, Amon-Ra actually fell into the end zone last year, unlike the year prior. And here's going to be an interesting experiment. Kyron goes off to see money. He's got Mahomes, AJ Brown, Justin Herbert, Kelsey, and Kyron in this pug. No, it's 33% off every month. Every month. If you don't cancel, then it just doesn't go away. DK. I think this was a win, boys. He goes Levis. I like the Levis click. Fuck. I like the Levis click. God damn. However, I do think Geno here is just a good value QB. I think Geno here is just a good value QB. We can bring in, oh, fuck us. We auto Mahomes. I would have definitely wanted Tank Dell there without a doubt. But now we have to make a KC team. It's happening. It's happening. He goes rip 100%. We get Mahomes 5 picks after ADP. Now it's a Mahomes team. Dear God. I wouldn't even mind if we get sniped on Hollywood Brown. That's the funny thing. I wouldn't even mind. That snuck up on us. When you leave the board open, it doesn't update the top left tab where it says like 5 picks remaining. That gets me so much. Okay. I'm digging this. I'm digging this. And remember, these are 20-round drafts too. These are 20-round drafts. Please, one time. Both rooms. Okay, so we do get Hollywood. We don't feel justify it. I'm not even going to try to justify it. I'll save you. I'll save you the pain. Is Ben on auto? No, he goes McCarthy. I think we bring in the Pittman stack. It's probably worthwhile. It's probably worthwhile here. Grant likes the weekly winner start. Yeah, after we get Hollywood, I mean, like someone I'm fading. We get a little after ADP on Mahomes. It's okay. It's okay. Again, we're just going to keep pushing QB. Push our luck. Push our luck. That's the name of the game here. I would have loved Jaden Daniels here, but we probably still go Drake London, and then we probably still go Derrick Henry if obviously nothing else changed, but one pick changes the whole room. Because if he doesn't go Jaden Daniels, he's going Bijan. It would just change everything. I mean, this is fun. I like this team. I want one more late QB though. And then maybe a dart throw at QB. Bijan Deebs. Yeah, I like the start. I would have probably rather DK. I would have probably rather DK over DJ Moore, but neighbors. Yeah, I mean, like George Pickens here, even over Mahomes, Tank Dell over Mahomes. I think those 2 clicks are probably more important than QB. That's why you see my Mahomes at 4% in weekly winners, because it's probably after ADP and it's probably when some of those receivers are off the board. Like I'll go Mahomes over Zay Flowers. I'll go Mahomes over Mixon. Like I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is. That's go get your guys season, I guess. I'd probably go Mahomes over Pittman. But in weekly winners, like this is specific to weekly winners. Pickens, Tank Dell, those are just really fun ceiling plays at receiver that you have a harder time finding those points later in the draft at receiver, where QB, you could just have a week where it's a flat week, and you're going to see a lot of those. Like, fuck us, huh? Let's just go Mahomes with Kittle. Bye week. I didn't see the double bye week. Wonder what? If there's an offense that can do it, it's Miami and it's San Fran. That does make me 99% more likely to want to bring in Purdy on this team. Should have thought about that for 1/2 a second longer. Who would we have changed? Maybe Ridley, maybe Reed, but Kittle's probably fine there. Could be a week that Debo steals a rushing touchdown too from CMC. T. Higgs goes off at 78. Oh my God, Derek Carr just slides off the board and Jones is gone. That was going to be the bet, is if we could get Derek Carr on the way back around. Okay, let's start making up for it in other positions then. I don't also mind going RB, but Kittle just has a high ceiling. Let's go Kittle. God damn, that was so close. If we get Carr here at 80, I really, 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 really like the start of this team. God damn, so close. All right, weekly winners. James Conner. Let's go James Conner here. Or let's just say fuck it and bring in Rice in this spot. Fuck it, we'll do it live. We'll do it live. What's wild is Mahomes had 0 rushing TDs last year. Drake May off the board. This is a spot where it's like, okay. I'm just going to keep pushing it. We're just going to keep pushing it. We're going to test the limit. And that's where, like, I'll try to create really, really strong teams by pushing QB. This one won't be one of them. But if we got Derek Carr here with A-Rich, Geno Smith, and Derek Carr with an early Bijan, Derrick Henry, London, Pittman, that would have been very strong, especially for the early investment. Like, would you rather Derek Carr at 79 or Baker Mayfield at 44? Like, I would take Derek Carr every single day of the week. So the Derek Carr click in this is something that I'm gonna try to continue to push with my other 2 entries. 1 pick off. In Mahomes, I don't mind the double stack because he can have those 400-yard games. Yeah. Yeah. It was a tush push, wasn't it? They tried to tush push with him, and he, like, got seriously hurt. Dude, Adam says sweating my golf pick'ems right now. That's why we have the golf channel, boys. That's why the golf channel's in the Discord. Link in the description for the Discord if you're not already in it. James Conner, Deontay Johnson, Zamir White. Goff at 88? What is this dude doing? And I don't even mind the start with Gibbs and Achane. I don't even mind that. Bryson got to pick it up. Good luck, Adam. Good luck. I have passed 400 officially since February. Let's go Jonathan Brooks here. We're gonna target that middle end of season when Rice comes back, when Brooks has a larger role, a little healthier from the knee injury. I think we're gonna try to make that the narrative for this team. It's gonna be the narrative for this team. Dislocated his kneecap at the goal line. It was a tush push though, right, Dean? If I'm remembering correct. Because I think they were trying to like legit copy the Eagles, and then he gets hurt. It's like unfortunate. Warren goes, Ferguson goes, Swift goes. Brooks looks like such a gross click. Not when you know you want to give up the beginning portion of the season, though. And that's what we're doing when we select Rice, anyways. So, like, if you're saying Rice misses the first 6 games, like you're not expecting this team to spike in when you give up. It's only around 7, but it's getting to that point where it's like picks still matter. Like there's still RB1s and offenses in this range. So once we give up that, I tend to want to build it around a team that's stronger in the mid-late of the season. Of course, we'll leave the draft board open. This seems like a good spot to bring in Fields. Fields at 104. We can get Purdy here. Purdy makes sense. We have the double. We'll bring in the correlation with Debo and Kittle. J-Dub's in the house. What's up, my man? What's going on, dude? We're drafting the Pug, which is a Superflex 3-entry max $12 tournament. We're also drafting a weekly winners at the same time. And again, receiver, tight end it's not negatively correlated with the pocket passing QBs. So it's a little more expensive than I would want my receiver tight end combo to be, but both explosive players. So we're good with it. We're almost at 50 likes on the live stream, boys. Video hasn't even posted. Appreciate you guys, really. Up in 2 picks on the Superflex. And we're probably going to have running back hit the flex a good amount of times on this team. JSN's correlated, but my God, I don't know if I can do that ahead of Brian Thomas. I just don't think I can. So I don't think we will. If we can get Lockett later, that's ideal. But let's bring in BTJ here. We're also going to go with 1 late QB. So it's going to be a 4 QB team. 20-round draft. That's why I like the Pittman click too, because we know we're going to want to bring in some rookies as well. Maybe we bring in like Pat Fry with this team. Correlate Fields, Roman Wilson, plays like that. I think, yeah, Warren's off the board. Wanted Benson to come back to us because I think he fits that narrative of building around, week 6 plus for our team. He's off the board now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Code Pounders, all caps for 33% off. Not 100% sure how live or how long that promo code will be live, but for the foreseeable future. No tush push. It was 2019 before Hurts was drafted. Okay. Yeah, didn't they just like all pile onto him? Oh, me. Oh, my. Oh, me, oh, my. So this ha! Aha. We could go Benson here. What is this? This is the weekly winners draft. Why did I think, oh, we're definitely going Benson here. We're definitely going Benson here. Benson got taken in the other room, and I thought it was the weekly winners draft. We need a coffee. Like, the caffeine is fully left my body at this point. We need more smart water. That's what it is. We need more smart water. Yeah, they did. Yeah. Bad luck. Bad luck. Bad luck. Zone in. If JSN, we spoke him into existence, didn't we? We spoke him into existence, didn't we? 126. We would have taken him here at 128. Lockett goes off before him. Oh, C Money punishes us. We will remember that. The Italians are very vengeful. I've never drank a coffee in my life. Don't start. Don't start. What do we want to do here, boys? Sutton's fine. Sutton's just like he's fine in this spot. We couldn't afford to go another bye week 12, I don't think. But Sutton's fine here. One pick away for weekly winners. Frank has a 1-3. Oh, good. He goes Cooks. And he gifts us Tyler Lockett at 128. You guys saw nothing? You guys saw nothing? All right. 36% Tyler Lockett, and it's not coming down today. It's not coming down today. We got 2 double stacks with this team, which is okay for the double pocket passing QB types. Up in 12 picks, we're going to want it to be, most likely want to be a running back. Again, we just have to keep in mind we were trying to focus a little week 6 plus, week 8 plus upside with this team. Pat Fry's on the board here. I think that's sort of tough for us. Well, let's see what Ben wants to do. He goes Curtis Samuel. I guess we could bring in Fant with this team to try to make that Geno Smith team like make sense, the click. And that's what I don't think enough teams are actually correlating enough for these super flex drafts. Like correlation still matters. Still going to have a 62 seat final. Not the biggest final, but you still want at least one stack in my opinion. So the super flex team so far, A-Rich, Geno Smith, Justin Fields. We're going to add one dart throw here at QB late. Bijan, Derrick Henry, David Montgomery, Chase Brown with Drake London, Pittman, Brian Thomas Jr., Cortland Sutton, and Kittle. It's start 2 wide receivers. Just something to keep in mind. And then over here for weekly winners, we have Mahomes, Brock Purdy with Bijan, Jonathan Brooks, Trey Benson, Debo, DJ Moore, Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice, Lockett, and George Kittle. I will say it doesn't feel bad to have the top 2 RB prospects in this previous year's draft. We can go a few ways, right? I think either one of these are fine. I would probably prefer Kendry Miller right now, just with a little bit of the Kamara FUD. It's not a whole lot. It's a small adjustment. It also matches the bye week, right, with Bijan, which we're likely already giving up because our next RB came at 91. So since we're already kind of planning on giving up bye week 12, I mean, I guess we have no receivers with bye week 12, which is sort of rare at this point, I feel like. No, it's fine. Kind of unlucky that both went, to be honest. We can correlate a late Fant, like I said. I'm not overly worried about it. Who do we want here at receiver for our specific team? Mike Williams goes. Oh, we see. We see clearly now. And we can stop at 2 tight ends too. Like Superflex, I'm cool with going Kittle and Fant and just stopping 2 there. This is a weekly winners build. This is not Superflex. This is a 4-3-4-2 build. And his name is Mayhem. All I could think about is the commercial. That's all I'm picturing. And it's bad. It's accurate. Ooh. I mean, since we're targeting a little later in the season, maybe Leggett or Roman Wilson. I like both clicks here. I like both clicks. Let's go Rome. Okay. Sort of have an idea who I want to come back to us. Ooh. Okay. We'll bring in the correlated AD. We are going to have to bring in another receiver, though, because we can't go 14 again. like, is this the time that we actually draft Wicks just because he doesn't have a bye week 14? I don't love going Darnell Mooney. Having a triple stack in Atlanta without Kirk Cousins just kind of feels gross, even if we make the finals. Especially if we make the finals, I think I should say. I want Josh Downs, but fuck, triple stack in Indy with the Russian QB doesn't feel the best either. All right, we're going to have to Ben Mayhem. We're going to have to do some shit in this draft. Okay, so this is going to be a Wicks team. So we get a little bye week 10. We needed something to get us off bye week 14 and 12. Holy shit. Like this room has 0 bye week 12s at receiver, which is so rare. All right. This weekly winners is done at QB. We obviously need some more RB juice. This is probably going to be a 2-7-7-2. This is going to be a 2-7-7-2. It's going to be Bijan, most likely +1. We're probably going to have to get the flex from receiver on this team. Take Algier or anyone else. Take Algier. Take Algier. Take Algier. He goes Gibson. That's fine. Let's go Ray Davis. It's another rookie, but I like leveraging Josh Allen teams in weekly winners with Ray Davis potentially. And we do actually sneak in a little game correlation stack here with week 17, which is funny. It's weekly winners, but it's we got 1 week of value there. Bring back in stacks. Okay, on this team, we do want Roman Wilson here to pair with Justin Fields. We get off the bye week of 12 and 14 again. That would just be ideal. Little Gabe Davis and Josh Downs stack, or click, I should say, is nice, but no, I like this team. He's got a good amount of touches here. Oh, yeah, this team's fucking strong. For a goddamn first pick is insane, huh? First pick is insane. Josh Allen, T-Law, and Goff. That's like, how do you compete? And I think how you do compete if you're fucked and you're on like pick 8 or 10 is you got to try to push QB and get those value QBs like Carr. Like we almost got Carr at 80. He goes one pick before. I think that's how you combat it. And then Derek Carr having like a season relatively, if it's like 15 or 20% under Goff, but you paid like 6 rounds later. Like there's no way to compete. You don't compete with this team by going like Baker Mayfield at 44. It just doesn't. That's not it. It's not it. In my opinion, you have to try to push QB if you're not getting the first 3 picks. I think it starts to drop off. Aiden O'Connell, dudes. Oh my God. This is a fucking Michael Penix team, isn't it? This is a Michael Penix team. We'll go QJ here. QJ or Thielen. We'll go QJ here, though. We have 0 of both. So it's going to be our first share of one of them. QJ actually got a little positive coach speak yesterday, saying they're going to try to get him the ball in space. That probably means so we can't drop it because they also say they're going to take some deep shots with him too, but they probably want to try some easier throws. Maybe get him a new set of gloves. He needs something, man. He needs something. But we also like the bye week 5, so to break up this 12 and 14 again. Oh my. Is Penix the Algier of Superflex? 1,000%. 1,000%. 1,000%. I'm not going to reach for him. And the only reason I'm bringing him in potentially is because we have the stack. We finish our tight end room. We stack Geno. We have a little week 15 correlation with Wicks, which is interesting. A little week 15 correlation with Denver in our Indy stack, which is cool. A little week 16 against Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Yeah, 39.5 point total. I was going to say that can't be a high point total. We definitely autoed over here. Oh my God. The Superflex is just destroying us. We weren't even close. We were 6 picks off. We were 6. Luckily, it's pick 174. So the team's not dead, but that's a dead roster spot. That's RIP. Yikes. Where do we make that back? Do we make that back by going 1 tight end? Like, that doesn't feel good. This was going to be a 2-7-7-2. It's now going to be what? A 2-7-6-2? Oof. Take Jawan. Last pick. If he falls to the last round, I'm not afraid of the Jawan click. Actually like to lean into uncertainty. God damn, remember to close your shit. I need like a sticky note that says close the draft board. This has to happen. This has to happen. All right, we're up in one pick. Oh my god. I can't believe and the auto just had to be a QB. Gross. It's got to be Jonnu here, right? It's got to be Jonnu here for spike week potential. We'll go Penix here. Won't fuck around anymore. We have this. Was it a double? Yeah, we have the double stack in Atlanta with London and Bijan. It's worth at least just mixing in some of our man here, Michael Penix. And you're looking for an injury to Cousins. Like you're not going to see him get out there without an injury. Like how bad would Cousins have to be? And then would they? I just don't see it. I just don't see it. If Cousins is so bad that Penix has to go out willingly, then Bijan probably misses, London misses, and your team's dead anyways. So it definitely leans into the injury narrative more than the team sucks under Cousins narrative. Did I just see Paris Campbell? Oh, dear God. Was it the other room? Yo, Coop. Coop leaning in. I think I did see some positive news about him in camp. And is there a fight for wide receiver 3 there? I think there always is going to be, but I think it's also just always going to be Goddard no matter what. So I don't know how interested I am in the 4th favorite. By week 12, we'll have 3, but we have Henry and Montgomery, which should be pretty good for should be pretty good for 1 week. We'll bring in Tank here. Superflex, we have 2 picks left. Again, you start 2 receivers. We're probably going to have RB hit the flex a good amount, I would say. Drake London, Pittman, BTJ, Sutton, AD, Wicks, Quentin Johnson. We definitely need. I'm comfortable stopping here at tight end. I'm comfortable stopping here at QB, obviously 4. I'm comfortable stopping here at running back. We could go 9, but is there diminishing returns after 8 when you're only starting 2? I think there could be. So maybe we go 1 running back, 1 receiver. And on this side of things, I actually like Rashawn for this team. I like Rashawn for this team. We could stop at 6 RBs here. It's Bijan plus 1. We're going to need the flex to come from wide receiver, I would guess. Maybe you get a random Kittle and Jonnu spike week where Jonnu spikes for 16 and a half, hits the flex. But you that's another stat I want to pull too, is what was the average points to finish in the top 10? What did your flex have to hit? And I think it's going to be dependent on if you're nutted like in other places, but I would assume it's in that. And I think we did pull this data from the year prior with Dooley. It was in that 16 and a half to 8.5 point range for flex. I got punished for taking Pollard over Sutton. The avalanche is coming, my friend. The avalanche doesn't stop for anybody. Debo, DJ Moore, Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice, Lockett, Roman Wilson. We're obviously targeting when Rice comes back. Roman Wilson has a little more juice in the offense when these rookies have a bigger role in the offense. If naked Baker Mayfield wins us $20K, we will give away $2,000 to the people in the live stream. We will come back to this video. If naked Baker's what you need with this team, we will do a $2,000 giveaway. I'll give away 10% of that. Now this draft just became our draft, just like that. Now you are all invested in naked Baker Mayfield. I'm sorry. Now you are now invested in naked Baker Mayfield. Now what do we do? Now what do we do? Did McMillan go? Why am I spelling his name wrong? He went, didn't he? Fuck. Oh my. Mick. Why was I doing 2 C's? Mick. Again, the coffee's run out. Dude, did Russell? Okay. That 2 late QBs with JJ and Russ is actually kind of interesting. I have an idea. What I don't even know what we're doing here. Was this going to be an RB? I think this was going to be an RB, but it looks pretty gross. Oh, I was so close. I know we just doubled up at the very end on Chargers. And after that hit my brain that our last click was Quentin Johnson, I tried to switch it to Hyatt. And I was usually you get a little delay too. Usually you get a little pick delay. No pick delay there. But that's fine. These pieces are cheap enough that it's like you're not really heavily betting against one or the other. Like you can get one or the other, and that's fine at this price range. So I'm cool with that. Kittle and Fant, we're going to lean into this. The RBs were like homely. I guess like, see, Evan Hull and Sermon, like I would click one of these two if we didn't have A-Rich. It's just kind of, it doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good. Do we go Eric Gray just for the bring back? And then that's the other thing. Like we saw the Hyatt correlation week 17. I tried my hardest. I tried my hardest. Bijan, Derrick Henry, Montgomery, Chase Brown, and Tank Bigsby. We got to fill 2 every week. I mean, just with these 3 feels good, but we only need 2 receivers too. Drake London, Michael Pittman, Brian Thomas Jr. So like through 3, we have more invested in running back. So you kind of want your RBs and receivers to be balanced in this. I think it's close if we go running back or receiver. If we go receiver, nice. We let the computer make the decision there. We did it. We literally threw up the 50-50 ball and the computer picked Elijah Moore. So we bring in Elijah Moore at the end here. This is a super flex draft with A-Rich, Geno, Justin Fields, Michael Penix, with Bijan, Derrick Henry, David Montgomery, Chase Brown, Tank Bigsby, Drake London, Michael Pittman Jr., Brian Thomas, Cortland Sutton, AD, Wicks, Quentin Johnson, DJ Shark, Elijah Moore, Kittle, and Fant. Dylan Labe. He was there, but I still think there's a small risk with Labe. But like, yeah, I guess Labe and Eric Gray are very similar, but I'd put the tiebreaker with the week 17 correlation with Gray in that situation. No good today, says I'm at 12. Don't love mine. Benny at the 2 spot, Jalen Hurts, Jahmyr Gibbs, Tua, Sam Laporta, DJ Moore, Tank Dell, Daniel Jones is 74. See, that's how I think you combat this start, because this is strong. And then he hits the 0 RB range like perfectly with Stevenson and Najee, and then Singletary. Like between those 3 RBs, that's such a value, and gets an elite tight end. Like the 1 spot's advancing. I don't love bringing in Knox here with Kincaid though. I mean, it's whatever. It's a late round pick, but I don't love that, especially because Why would you just willingly bring in a third tight end? And if you do, like, why would they have the same exact bye week? That hurts my brain. But the receiving group's very strong. It's probably gonna be a little too much invested. Again, you only have to start 2. If you want Claypool, fine, but make the McMillan pick a running back. But yeah, really well correlated team. This is a fun one. Jacksonville double. He's got a Buffalo quad stack. That's another reason why like the Knox seems unnecessary. Strong team though. Benny in the 2 spot. Hurts, Tua, Daniel Jones, and Flacco. I like the Flacco click. Flacco sharp. Flacco sharp. A Rich, what's the likelihood he gets re-injured? Maybe he doesn't miss the whole season, but what's the chances he misses a game or two? I think pretty decent. Gibbs, Swift, Brian Robinson, Nick Chubb at 143, Tyrone Tracy, DJ Moore, Tank Dell, Worthy, Deontay Johnson. Yeah, I like this team a lot. Oof. I like this team a lot, but again, people are not used to only having to start 2 receivers. You have so much more invested at receiver than you do running back. I'd say one of these 2 picks. If you knew like you had Tua and you wanted to go a late Malik, I would say this pick should be a running back. And I like what you did at tight end here, stopping with Laporte and Komet. But one more RB, especially with Chubb. But this is a really fun team. The Daniel Jones click of 74 just seems like a really good value in Superflex if he can obviously stay healthy. Like that's going to be major. But in comparison to where you're getting some of these earlier players, like Kirk Cousins at 29, Daniel Jones at 74. Daniel Jones could be an insane value. Same thing with Derek Carr. We wanted one of these. We wanted one of these 3 between Bryce, Daniel Jones, or Carr to come back to us at 80. And then not maybe, we probably should have gone Bo Nix here, but hoping for one of Bo Nix or Drake May. It's okay. Push the limits. I like to push the limits. See money in the 4 spot. Mahomes, Herbert, and Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill's an interesting ad. Maybe even more so that Juwan Johnson's hurt, but I don't love him as a QB. I I don't love him as a QB. In Superflex, 189. I think he should even honestly go later, but Kyron, Mixon, Alvin Kamara at 93. Mostert, really strong at running back. I like that with Mahomes and Herbert. Gibson and Dobbins with AJ Brown, Pickens, Ridley, Tyler Lockett, Dobbs, Myers, Dotson, Kelsey, Jasecki, and Jelani Woods. Really, really fun squad. Ben, who is next to us at the 9 spot, Kyler, Jane Daniels, and JJ McCarthy. Aaron Jones, Moss, Miller, Algier, Bucky, Herbert, and Elijah Mitchell. Okay, this could be a fun. This could be fun. Marvin Harrison, Waddle, McLaurin, McConkey, Curtis Samuel, Demarcus Robinson, Hyatt. I think this is good balance between these RBs and wide receivers, just from a draft capital standpoint. McBride and Goddard, you have a little week 16 correlation here with Washington and Philly. A little Arizona stack, week 17 correlation with Rondell Moore. Yeah, no, good job correlating your team. You get there with the Aaron Jones correlation with JJ McCarthy here. It works. It works. T-Baller, also in the live stream, Staffy and Drake May with Sam Darnold. I like the Sam Darnold click late. 158. 158 is sort of tricky. I would probably rather 158. Like, what's the difference between Sam Darnold at 158 or Jacoby Brissett at 186? Besides if you have the correlation, I guess. What else? Joe Flacco at 215. Like, we know that Jacoby Brissett's losing the job. We probably know that Sam Darnold's going to lose the job at some point. So they probably need an injury to the rookie to stop them. So does Joe Flacco. He needs an injury to get on the field. So does Michael Penix. So I think Sam Darnold might be a little expensive, but he's getting steamed because he's expected to be the starter. Well, we're going to get that same news note on Jacoby. It just hasn't happened yet. It's happened, but he doesn't have the underdog news note that he's expected to start the season. T-Baller, Stafford, May, Darnold, yeah. Barkley, Etienne, Walker, Dowdle, Hubbard, CEH with Hill, Jefferson, Cup, Coleman, Rashid Shaheed, Baker, and Boyd. Yeah, see, I don't think Boyd does anything for this team. I don't think Boyd does anything. Njoku, Schultz, Otten, and I'm not adding a fourth. Damn, boy. 3 tight ends, like, definitely lean into the 3. I get it. You wanted the correlation, then don't go Otten and just kind of just focus Colby Parkinson late. But I think you can lean into 2 tight ends here. I think you could just lean into Njoku and Schultz. And then you can add. You probably want a 4th QB on this team because it's looking like it's looking light. I would want a 4th QB over a 4th tight end, and then give me Njoku, Schultz. You can keep Boyd. Give me a running back and give me a QB. Interesting draft though, and you could tell he tried to push QB like we did, and sometimes you end up paying the rake. Mike in the live stream at the 12 spot. Dak in love with Tyrod. That's funny. And Tyrod's actually not a bad click. Like, needs an injury, but old QB, injury prone, coming off a season-ending injury. Warren, Corum, Ray Davis, Jaleel, Braylon Allen, Donta Foreman, Will Shipley with Olave, Ayuk, Zay Flowers, Diggs, Reed, Palmer, Corley, and Tolbert. Okay, that's a lot invested. 5 receivers through 84. Backs. You're only starting 2 receivers. So I think, man, as much as I like 0 RB builds and I like this more for BBM than I do weekly winners. You're clearly targeting not the beginning of the season, but then we'll see too. Like a play like Palmer, I'm not confident that Palmer could spike in front of these 5. I don't know. 133 is a little soon for Palmer, I think, in this contest. Ferguson and Bowers, I like the tight ends. I like to, and what we saw too from the data was like leaning into the RBs, and Hero RB was, let me pull it up. It was not great. Where is it? Because I forget the exact numbers and I don't want to make numbers up. Zero RB was the lowest at 7%. Hyper fragile, less common build, but the double anchor, probably more common, but 27%. I think that's pretty telling. Hero RB, 17%. Modified double anchor, so like 2 people in that like Aaron Jones, Stevenson range, or even maybe a little earlier than Stevenson. Then robust RB, 3 through 5, 3 through 6 rounds. Largely successful. So it's interesting to look at some of this stuff, but I like the 0 RB teams too. Like, I want to like this. There's a lot of people that, like, I'm higher on Warren, I'm higher on Corum, I'm higher on Ray Davis, for weekly winners, especially higher on Foreman. Yeah, but some of these guys like Zay Flowers, yeah. This is and to remember, like, this is the Superflex. This isn't the weekly winners. So maybe I'm mixing it up, but one RB more, I think is the right sauce there. All right, guys, we're gonna be back tonight. We're gonna be drafting a 101 Dalmatian with Frank. Couple beers before vacation. Couple beers tonight on stream. So bring your best IPAs. This is hilarious. Cross says, "Hey, bro, I've drafted with you recently. Had no idea you were next to me. Welcome, man. Welcome." And yeah, guys, we'll catch you tonight. If you guys enjoyed today's live stream, slap the like on the way out. If you're interested in the overlay, bestballoverlay.com, all caps, promo code Pounders. And that's good for 33% off. We will catch you tonight. And thank you for joining me on these mid-afternoon streams. Pounders.